for 10 minutes of truth. So we've been ongoing for a number of months, going back to the beginning of this year, roughly up into and a little after the beginning of the COVID period. So I want to say March into April is when we first began 10 minutes of truth. And so in this format going forward, what we've got is roughly, a weekly show, dealing with the most pertinent, and I will say the most pertinent or important and the most consequential at that moment in time. Coming off the weekend, then the inception of it was to get into the week, kick you off. This is what happened from the past week going into the weekend, and now you're going to start off your week by separating the news from the noise, the wheat from the chaff, by listening to straight facts, straight solid stuff, and making sure that you have the ability to parse out the information that's given to you. Because let's face it, at this level, what we've got is just a lot of mis and disinformation. It doesn't even matter at what level where it's coming from. It just matters it's coming at you like a fire hose, and you have to kind of separate it and make heads or tails of it. And that's what the inception of and the purpose for 10 Minutes of Truth was. So having said all that, this one's a little different today. It isn't the most pertinent item, the most important thing that's going on in the world today, kind of. We're going to do that just for a split second. But I'm going to give you a message at a critical point or period for me, because that is what it is all about. It's me talking to you and then giving you what I've got to share. Okay, so let's get down to business, the ugly part that nobody likes to see, nobody wants to see, but that we have to see, because I don't believe in hiding things. You don't solve problems by running away or slipping them under a rug. And before you know it, the rug's a mountain, and there's a lot of problems that you haven't been solving. Okay, let's go ahead and get that up. All right, so you're looking at the number projected now at over 250,000. We talked about this last week, and lo and behold, yes, it's well over and beyond 250,000 American deaths in America. American unemployment, still tens of millions of people unemployed, tens of millions of people without recourse when it comes to jobs, homes, places to stay, food to eat, food for their children, their families. I can go on and on. It just hasn't gotten better, okay? And it's continuing in the worst part of our year, the worst part of our season, when it's cold, as we go into the holidays. It's cold, people are hungry, people are going to be without homes because eviction notices are coming. There has been no stimulus other than the one that was done many, many months ago, and people have been left to fend for themselves. This is a massive, monumental, catastrophic failure of leadership at the very highest levels. I don't have to explain. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you do. You just don't want to admit it. American debt at this point, and this is the one that I've been telling you over and over again, and we've been doing consistently and with some purpose and intent since the very beginning of the 10 Minutes of Truth program when we started this many months ago. I always put up our debt, our national debt, because as it grows and as it compounds on itself, the number continues to grow exponentially. Something drastic has to be done to bring that number down, or that is the debt we are handing over to succeeding and next generations. So I'll say this because I do it every time, and I'm going to do it again. Hey, millennials, you know what's going on? Yeah, what you got here is a massive amount of money that you now are saddled with in the form of a gift that we're giving you. I say we, it wasn't me, but older generations than you, baby boom generation into mine, Generation X, we're handing you this gift, this ugly gift that you're going to have to deal with. And of course, you know the rationale and the why, because millennials, Gen X, you guys are actually responsible, excuse me, not Gen X, Gen Y. You guys are responsible now for all of the debt. You own it. It's yours. You're the reason why we have it. See how that works? Very little in terms of logical argument, right? Because it isn't logical. Okay, let's get this ugly mess out of here. We know that we've been failed in terms of a leadership. We know that we have been failed in terms of a government, and the entire rationale for why we give of ourselves as individuals, our freedoms, our rights, our taxes, so that a national government can provide us for the things that we hold dear, those freedoms, a little bit of safety, a little bit of security, some stability, a healthy economy so we can work, pursue life, liberty, etc. That's done. That's gone. That's been failed. And all we can do is hope, and I'm going to say we need to get on board too, because this isn't a one-man show. We need to get down with the process here. We need to start believing in it. We need to start actualizing it. We need to get on board with it if we're going to make this damn thing turn around. Okay? I'm going to do my part. What'll that be? You'll see as time goes on. I'll continue to do more to build and grow young people so they have recourse and ability to take care of themselves, feed themselves, provide for themselves, and more important than everything else, their life, their liberty, and their pursuit of happiness. Because the American dream ain't the same for them right now. And that's a damn fact. That's not up for debate. There's no debate here right now. That isn't debatable. That's a fact. So this is what I'm going to say to you while digesting those hard and ugly facts and information. Tomorrow, I'll hit 50 years of age. Not an insignificant or inconsequential number. However, I'm going to be the same guy when I turn 50 plus one day on the Wednesday, and when I'm grubbing on turkey on Thursday, I'm going to be 50 plus two. And yet I will remain the same guy. Still principled, still believing in this country, still believing in everything that's right about it, even in the face of ugly. Still going to go about my business the same way. So why am I bringing it up? Because my point is this. I don't think I've had the worst life on earth. There are many that are far worse and have had it far worse. Have I had it great? No. By far no. There are many, many that have had it far better than I. My point is, even with the loss, even with the things taken from me, even with the things done to me early in my life and growing and surviving and living a regular life, a regular American life, I stand before you humbled with a heavy dose of humility, no hubris, just fact. I learn, I live, and I pursue happiness the way everybody should have the right to do and should be entitled to. So my message to you today, if not all my guys and my young dudes that want to have a party but we can't, we're not doing a party tomorrow. We have a difficult situation going into the holidays. We have a difficult situation with COVID spiking all over the country. California has gone red again, and restrictions are also spiking, for lack of a better. And it's going to be a tough time. And so as much as I wanted to see my ex-students, my ex-wrestlers, my ex-fighters, friends, family, just people I love and I care about, I'm choosing not to tomorrow, and I'm going to delay and push it back at least a month or so. And God willing, everything goes well, we won't have to. We'll still be able to do something at that point. But again, my point is you got to lead by example. And even though I'm not a saint and I'm not perfect, I make the hard decisions when they're necessary. I don't shy away from them and go golfing. I don't golf. If I wanted exercise, I'll wrestle. Anyway, message to you, go do your thing, but do it safely. Do it in a fashion that doesn't harm others. Because I was just reminded, quite literally, a few minutes ago, your rights, your freedoms, your life, liberty, and the pursuit of extend beyond your immediate, and that's it. They don't go to other people. You don't get to harm other people and call it your freedoms. That's no longer freedom. That's endangerment of another. Be aware of that, because that's constitutional. You have your rights, you have your freedoms, but they do not extend beyond you. You don't have the right to harm others in your pursuit of them. Okay? So this is what I want you to do. This is going to be my last message before we go off. It's a feel-good message. Deal with ugly, but find the positive. For all my friends, all the people that watch, everybody watching this in SuperMex Nation, my group, and on YouTube and the other things, as we grow, and it's continuing to grow, I'm extending an open hand and an olive branch in a good way, because that's what I do. Do I like the President of the United States and the things he does? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Does that extend beyond the President? Absolutely not. So if you're a hardcore Trump supporter, if you believe in him 100%, none but love for you. That is your right to do so. Does it mean I'll treat you differently? Not at all. I'll treat you exactly the same, provided you do the same. I'm not here to turn other cheeks. I stopped turning the other cheek a long time ago. The last time they hit my butt cheek, that was it. I got no more. All right? So just be friendly, fair, minimum of professional courtesy, minimum of friendliness. And if the other person doesn't extend, then so be it, and move on. But I'm telling you, in my group and those that listen to me, pay attention to what I say, read the pieces that I post, listen to my shows, watch my shows. I'm here for everybody. Whether you like Donald Trump or hate him, whether you like Joe Biden or hate him, I don't give a damn. I'm here for everybody because that's what this country's for. You have me on my word, you have me on my honor. If you treat me well, you treat me with respect and dignity, you will definitely get nothing but that in return. And that's what you need to be thinking about as we go into this holiday season. And that's what you need to think about when you are either with family or not, depending on your situation. That's what you should give thanks for on this Thanksgiving, that you're still alive and you're not one of the 250,000 dead because of COVID. Be thankful. That's SuperMex's message for you. I'll be back. See you next week at the least, if not for the Thanksgiving show. You guys have a good one. Be safe. For all those out there, take that back. For any of you guys that are ex-students, ex-wrestlers, fighters, friends and family, send me a message, hit me up. I am talking to people. I do want to get back in contact with a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. We're doing that now. 50 is a good time to do it. Doesn't mean we have to go to a party with 1,000 people. We'll do that later. All right, but for right now, I do want you to reach out for me. Message me. Ask me a question. Let's see how we can hook up, how we can talk. Okay? Nothing but contact, nothing but information, nothing but sharing the love. That's my message for you. I'll see you next week. SuperMex is out.